how overnight, while Adazia heard a lady had been found corpse, she thick felt her legs loosen and her flesh convulse. It was Leba had been abused and killed. And she wasn't the just a same at first stage of our inquiry is now above. We include detained the terrible creation, Punjab Head Secretary Shahbaz Sharif told at a click meeting Tuesday. The estimated murderers at first sacrifice was found corpse in Kasur 2 years back. The recent was 7-year-old Zainab Ansari, whose flesh was found discarded on a waste pile, 100 meters of her household in the town centre over the monthly. Zainab's extinction on January 4 led to a furious searching of the town by police force and members of the social. The youthful lady's flesh was found on January 9, 5 days following she disappeared. A position mortem paper told she had been sexually offended and choked. Zainab's die strengthened the crying of frantic parent for police force to capture a murderer they afraid was preying on family. TV screening play and replayed closed-circuit TV live video show a lady identified as Zainab creature led off, brush in a man police force told could be her murderer. Among the shout, Punjab Head Secretary Sharif orderly police force to detention the lady's murderer or killers during 24 several hours, and proposed a 10 millionth Pakistan rupiah generosity, above $90,000, for nobody who helping discover such accountable. He told authorities had found a DNA connection following the 4 assault. The murderer affected once again a quantity of times. Same whole neighborhood is frightened. Zainab's dad, Muhammad Amin Ansari, says if the early attacks had been studied correctly later the man who annihilated his child could include been stopped. When, at how period, they had found the killers following which had happened to such girls, if down there had been a appropriate inquiry, later perhaps we wouldn't include to see which's event law currently, he told. As Zainab's dad tell, her mom, Nusrat Ansari, stared downward at the story, her person wrapped up in a heavy dark blue dupatta. Her child was love and angelic, she told, her vote break as she outlined the time she heard how Zainab's flesh had been found. It was as if the story had fall of bottom my feet, she told. Amins told following Zainab disappeared her friends and neighbors had be paralyzed in terror for their own daughters. Same whole neighborhood is, as, frightened how though mothers don't wish to be one at household in their guys out of their husbands, she told. If our daughters are not safe, later we ourselves are not safe. Han, the representative for the Punjab country by the government, conceded how police force did not explore the over deaths as carefully as Zainab's. He told he had no cause to reject accusations by the parent the police force should include acted sooner. Same just item that I include to do is to recover the confidence of such parent. I can sense their ache. We are making our standard top, he told. We were never taking into account any precautionary. The parent of 6-year-old cannot sense how ache each day as they sit near her clinic cot, supplication for signs she's yet in them. She doesn't identify nobody, told her dad, Asanullah Elahi. Recent year, Kanat went to buy yogurt of a store a few gateway off of their household in Kasur, told Elahi. She was attacked and left word for corpse. Her household told they were never alerted how police force suspected a series murderer was targeting family in Kasur. We were never taking into account any precautionary, Elahi told. We didn't aware whatever. I can't speak you how I sense. Whenever I see at her, I fair sense patient in worry about, Elahi told. I'm send out a precautionary to all the parent of Pakistan how they must defend their family. Scarred by sex misuse fracas the is not the at first period parent in Kasur include speak of fears for their family's security, and authorities' obvious failure to defend them. In 2015, a kid sex misuse fracas covered the countryside of Hussain Hanwala, a part-hour driving external the town in the broad Kasur area. At the period, irate original inhabitants charged police force of trying to lid up the misuse. One day we studied it, facts were really lot various of which was informed in the print. At first of all, the print informed it was 282 cases. While it was studied by all tool, on all aspects, the quantity was diminished to 10, Han told. One of the offended family is now 18 and carries the embarrassment of the criminality devoted versus him. He told he was 8-year-old while a man of the countryside proposed him a trip on his motorcycle. We achieved a building wherever down there were some men as so, he remembers. They grasped me and hit me upwards. I was sodomized. One of the men done a live video of which was event. Later they said me how except I pay them cash they would do the live video social. Kid Protect suggests say a big quantity of family were offended but just on 30 cases were recorded in the police force. Victims and activists are needing more than prosecutions. I sense love if we didn't get judiciary, later such girls win T get judiciary each, the offended adolescent told. All these beasts are in the identical ship. If, with 2015, we include been spurred about and not acquired any judiciary, later, Zainab's dad will as well be spurred about. The country win T get him judiciary. I just treated for my girls. Laba's mom, Edazia, sits on a move, wrapped up in a dark scarf, and negotiations on how she estimated she'd increase old in her 2 daughters to get thoroughness of her. She's a solitary mom who planned as a matron to supporting her household. I just treated for my girls, gained for them, she told. I requested to bring up my girls so how they could increase up and be my supporting. I brushed some human beings as dirt, their clothing, their dishes for my family, and which did I receive? In the ramifications of Zainab's die, authorities in Punjab include created a committee for Kid Protect. A paper submitted to the top trial in Lahore the monthly shows the scope of the problem they person. Police force informed 137 cases of girls by 10 creature abused in Punjab recent year, and 515 of boys by 10 creature sodomized. A future 15 girls were abused and later killed, and 10 boys sodomized and annihilated. Zainab's dad Muhammad says he's too deceased for Zainab, but he can just expect her die helps to defend other. I pray to Allah how, since of Zainab, in the next our daughters, all the sons and daughters of mothers, are stored secure.